presented by Fields Auto Group.
We're playing for another ring, another championship, and everyone's on board with it.
It's a three-run homer. The pitch. Fly ball, Happ into left center. Cubs win 3-2.
Hopefully we could weather the storm, and you know, I believe that we have guys that can step up and get outs in big situations and continue to do that.
Well, the Cubs weathered the storm just fine last night. A huge home run from Ian Happ and some great work by the bullpen. Game 2 of the series coming your way at the top of the hour. We're taking you right up to first pitch here on NBC Sports Chicago. Hello and welcome everyone to Cubs pregame live presented by Fields Auto Group. Along with David DeJesus, I'm Kelly Crawl coming to you live from the Jim Beam patio. Look at all these fans.
Yeah.
This is exciting. It's a big day. Game 2 here against the Reds for the Cubs. They're sending John Lester to the mound, so they got to feel good about that. And let's talk about last night. That was a big win when you think about all that they exerted in D.C. They come back here on little rest. They go into this game against the Reds. Matt Harvey pitched great. Cole Hamels pitched great. And Ian Happ, the difference maker in a 3-2 ball game with that big blast. And that was his first home run since September 1st. His first hit in nearly 5 games, which he said afterwards, I needed that one. I've been putting in the work to see it pay off like that. How big can Ian Happ be down the stretch, and can he be the guy that if he gets hot, Joe Maddon can lean on here in this stretch run?
Definitely, because he can play anywhere. And with that at bat, with that home run, a couple bats earlier, Matt Harvey threw the same pitch right by him. And he understood that he needed to make an adjustment to get on top of the ball, and he didn't try and pull it. He just, nice short swing and drove it out the other way. When he is going the other way, it helps him out so much. So being on top of the ball, being on time is going to be huge for Ian Happ. But the bottom of the lineup has stepped up recently in his last few games. They have been able to rely on those guys to turn over the lineup and get back to the top. So it's fun to watch this team, and the crowd needs to be behind them. That's what brings the energy every day. And when a tough stretch of games right now, having the crowd behind you is humongous.
No doubt about it. Feeding off of that energy.
Yes.
And really, it's no surprise Happer had that big 3-run blast because, as the guys would tell him, he really waffled that ball. And that's kind of this inside joke that's going on right now, is these guys have been using a waffle maker and making waffles before games. It was going really well for them in late August, if you will. And then things started to cool off, and Tommy LaStella in a post-game interview let it be known that they destroyed their waffle maker. But Happ was sent 3 waffle makers yesterday before the game. He was telling us about it today. And then he has that 3-run blast. So the deal is, these superstitions are real.
These are real, and we as players, sometimes we can take it too far. I remember in Tampa Bay, we had a little toy horse that we would ride around, and you would have to go through the dugout riding the horse after you hit a big home run. So these superstitions keep things light, and especially in a stretch where they're playing all these games in 30 straight games in 30 days, you need things like that to liven it up, just to give guys a breath of fresh air and to bring some team morale into the mix.
Well, I feel bad for the viewers at home right now, because we were in video when you did the
toy horse.
Show us again, the toy horse.
So right here.
Okay.
Right here. Right there.
So that got you guys a few W's.
Exactly. Oh yeah, that's why we made the playoffs, because of that horse.
We will come back to that for sure. Don't you bet on it. Absolutely. Okay. Well, hey, as we get back to serious business here, the bullpen was huge last night following Cole Hamels, who had another solid outing from here. It was 2 2/3 innings, scoreless for the bullpen, who relied on Jaime Garcia, big bounce back outing for him, and then De La Rosa getting his first save, 15 years in the league this guy has pitched. He's been a starter, he's now a reliever. What a big moment for him. And you think about with Strop and Morrow injured, it really is all hands on deck. The Cubs are going to need more outings like this, right, from everybody As they all have said now, hashtag everybody in. That motto is really ringing true.
It really is true, because right now, your number one and number two at the end of the ball game guys that Joe Maddon would call on are not there. So now it's time for these young guys to step up. And it wasn't the Carl Edwards, it wasn't the Steve Cishek, it's the younger guys that, so when you have the opportunity to go out there and make a name for yourself, you go out there and do the job, and it's great to see these young guys taking advantage of the opportunities. You're going to need 3 or 4 innings, especially depends on how deep the starter goes. So now it's these guys' turn to put the ball where they want to, and then deep in the season like this, you might get a job to be in the playoff roster. So if you get hot, get going.
Good point. And you mentioned Steve Cishek, CJ Edwards. That's a mouthful right there. Those guys should be back today. They should be available this afternoon. And then good news before the game this afternoon, Brandon Morrow threw the sim game. He threw 19 pitches against both Kyle Schwarber and Terrence Gore, and he tried to emulate it as much as a normal day routine. So to the point that he was light tossing out there, then he moved himself into the bullpen and sat for 30 minutes before he ramped it up, warmed up, and then went out there and threw this sim game, but said he felt good and even thinks if he comes back tomorrow and feels just as good, he could be ready for Arizona. So let's hear from Brandon Morrow here just moments ago.
Ideally, you'd like to have a couple more outings, just at least to get yourself in the game and feel like maybe a little game adrenaline and kind of the game routine. But that's how I tried to do it today. I played catch a little bit earlier. I played catch at about 11 o'clock, and then I just hung out for a half an hour, 20 minutes, and then, got ready in the bullpen like I normally would, jogged to the mound, warm-up pitches, sim inning. So I tried to simulate as much as a regular day as you can. But I thought my command was very good. My mechanics have been free. I don't feel like I'm holding back at all. Everything feels good coming out, and my command with my breaking stuff was really good, I thought, and plenty to compete and throw the ball competitively.
So Brandon Morrow may not be considered exactly the closer right away. He admitted right there going back-to-back right now isn't a possibility, but he wants to contribute in any way he possibly can, and that is such a huge boost at this point regardless.
Exactly. Brandon Morrow is the type of guy that you need at the end of the game, 95 plus. This guy has really great stuff, but it's going to be how he recovers tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be a big tell on if he's going to be able to move forward in his rehab and his recovery. So that'll be huge. And with sim games, the thing is that it's still, it's still slow. Yeah, it's still slow. Yeah. When you have 40,000 behind you, you amp up. And I would hope that he is able to keep himself under control out there in the mound and know that he throws 99, 95 to 96. It sometimes works as well. So he's got to be able to control himself in these such situations, but the Cubs would love to have him back on that mound.
No doubt. And Joe Maddon was asked, do you think he will be the closer by the end of the season? And Joe didn't want to go there. He's like, we just got to play this out and let it see how it goes. And he just needs to feel well, come in, be effective, which he thinks he can just from today, the control he was having. But that leads us straight into our Miller Lite Cubs fan poll. To vote, just visit NBCSportsChicago.com/vote. You don't need a special app. Just get on that computer and get interactive with David and I here this afternoon. We want to know from you at home, can the Cubs sustain what they are doing with a closer by committee type of I guess, what do you want to call it? Just if that's what they're doing moving forward, the closer by committee, can that be sustainable? What do you think?
I guess it can be sustainable just because guys have to step up. You have lefties, righties guys, and Justin Wilson, a guy that can really get lefties and righties out, but the one key is CJ Edwards. Can he get his confidence back? Because he's the guy that had the lights out stuff. So can he get the confidence back? And what goes with CJ Edwards right now is he has to know himself. Right now he's struggling with really understanding what his mechanics are. So he's got to really go back to what got him here and lean on his coaches, yes, for a little bit, but it's on C.J. Edwards to throw the ball over the plate and get outs because he is the guy that can dominate a game.
That's a great point. So we're asking you, is a closer by committee approach sustainable for the Cubs? Yes or no? And I'm with you. I say yes if these guys are pitching at their best. Like you mentioned, C.J. Edwards has to get himself right. Justin Wilson has been really great up to this point. You know, and you watched 2008, Joe Madden with the Tampa Bay Rays. That was a closer by committee, and the guy who came out by surprise was David Price out of the pen. But he leaned on 3 different guys mainly throughout that entire year, and he even said the other day, it wasn't the bullpen that was the difference of us not winning that, and they didn't have a designated closer then either. So, looking at his model from 2008, I strongly believe he thinks he's got the arms back here to make the same thing possible when it comes to matchups, but that doesn't mean you don't want a healthy Brandon Morrow.
Exactly.
So anyway, be sure and jump on and vote on our vote on the poll right there, NBCSportsChicago.com/vote. Let us know, yes or no, can the Cubs use the approach of a closer by committee and sustain this success? All right, time for our bona fide starting pitchers. Lefty. It'll be a couple of lefties going. A battle of the Southpaws as Cody Reed gets the start for the Reds. He owns a 6.59 ERA in his last 3 starts. He'll be opposed by John Lester. As you remember, many of you, John left his last start with lower back tightness, but they think just spasms. He's out there on normal rest today. He's making his 30th start of the season. He has made at least 30 starts now in all 4 years with the Cubs. A very durable and tough pitcher, and they are going to need John Lester at his best here if they go on a run here.
Yes, they need him because he is the guy that this team leans on each and every year, 30 plus. That's a guy that is reliable, that you trust on, and right now with John Lester, the way he's feeling, you just got to hope that bat can handle the load that he's going forward with. You know, he has 2 or 3 more starts left, so hopefully he can stay strong through those, and last outing against the Brewers, they attacked him early. So I want to see, will the Reds do have the same game plan trying to attack him early, or will John Lester start mixing in his curveball, off speed a little more to keep guys off balanced? So that's going to be the fun to watch today.
Yeah, Lester 3-1 over his last 5 starts, a 2.15 ERA, and looking to navigate that Reds lineup, which has showed you they've got some pop, and they are a pretty dangerous lineup. Well, it's time for our first time out here on Cubs Pregame Live, presented by Fields Auto Group from the Jim Beam patio deck. We got a great crowd on hand here this afternoon, and we've got some Jim Beam repeal batch here with us, the limited edition offering with a label inspired by post-prohibition Jim Beam white bottlings from the 1930s celebrates the 85th anniversary of Prohibition and the perseverance James B. Beam put into rebuilding the Jim Beam distillery in 1933. It's non-chill filtered, resulting in a bourbon with a fuller taste inspired by the flavor of post-prohibition whiskey. Boy. We'll discuss Kris Bryant when we come back. He's been pretty good since his return from the DL. We'll take a closer look. And we have just a few minutes, 20 in fact, until the start of the game. There's still time to give Feltco a call, 866-4-FELTCO.
Cubs Pregame Live is presented by Fields Auto Group. Fields matters because you matter. See Fields first. FieldsAuto.com.
Hello, I'm Dan Fields, inviting you to become a member of the Fields family when you buy or lease from any of our 35 locations.
Lease a new 2018 Volvo XC60 for only $450 per month for 36 months at Fields Volvo Cars Northfield.
Right away, once we walked in, it felt like we were at home.
After all, you are family, and Fields matters because you matter.
They have all the amenities, and it comes with the deal. No extra charge.
Fields Volvo Cars Northfield on Frontage Road.
Ignite something. Ignite the room. Ignite glamour and elegance. Confidence and independence. Only the perfect cut unleashes a diamond's power to ignite hearts on fire.
Available at James & Sons Fine Jewelers in Chicago, Orland Park, and Cherville.
And with your BMO Harris checking account, you don't have to pay any monthly maintenance fees.
Why?
Well, we try to understand our customers' needs. So we included no minimum balance and access to 40,000 no-fee ATMs nationwide.
Why?
Because we care about our customers.
Why?
What? These are important questions.
Why?
Take advantage of a checking account you can't get anywhere else. Talk to us to get started today.
Today is the start of a transformation. A celebration of the what-ifs and the why-nots. At Advocate, we're transforming cardiology with more firsts. The first successful artificial heart implant in Illinois. The first heart transplant program recognized in the state. All to put you first. We're for the breakthrough. We're for tomorrow. Advocate Healthcare.
Blue is 100+ majors, from education to aviation. An honors program that takes you around the world and leads to innovative research and Fulbright scholars. Blue is top 5 in the nation for community service 5 years in a row. Blue is students from all 50 states and 70 countries. Blue is 150 years, 100,000 alumni, one strong Sycamore community. Blue is Indiana State University. There's more to Blue.
I like it sweet.
I like it hot.
Red gravy.
Baptize it.
Make it cheesy.
Make it hurt.
North side.
South side.
There's one thing
both sides agree on.
Bona beef. Bona, the original and most flavorful Italian beef.
We are back with the Amita Health Injury Report. Unfortunately, it is a rather long list. Pedro Strop out for the rest of the regular season with a hamstring strain. Brandon Morrow, as we were mentioning earlier, through the sim game today. He is eyeing a return early next week. Jason Hayward worked out before the game yesterday while rehabbing that right hamstring, but here's what Madden had to say before the game. He could be ready to play tomorrow or Monday. That would be huge for the Cubs. And Kyle Schwarber, who's been dealing with back tightness, has been listed as day-to-day, could be available to pinch hit this afternoon or tomorrow, but expects him to be ready to play completely in Arizona a few days from now. And, of course, Yu Darvish out for the season after that minor elbow clean-out procedure earlier this month. Well, the Cubs and Reds coming up here at 3 o'clock. John Lester on the mound for the Northsiders, and we've got you covered all day right here on NBC Sports Chicago. Well, welcome back, everyone, to Cubs Pregame Live, presented by Fields Auto Group. David DeJesus, Kelly Crawl here on the Jim Beam patio set. These fans are ready, excited for Game 2 here between the Cubs and Reds. Let's take a look at the Cubs lineup this afternoon. A little bit different. No lefties against the southpaw Cody Reed. Morrow will be leading things off in center field. Bryant moving from left to right this afternoon. Baez will be at second base. Bodie at third. Russell at shortstop. Contreras behind the plate today because Caratini's going to give Anthony Rizzo the day off. He'll take over at first base. John Lester on the bump. And Ian Happ in left. But let's talk a little bit about Kris Bryant. No hits last night, but seems to be in a good spot since returning from the shoulder problem. As we take a look at some of his recent numbers in 13 games since September 1st, when he returned, of course, 310 average and 42 at-bats, 400 on-base percentage, 5 extra base hits, all doubles, 5 RBI. So the power not showing up quite yet for KB, but this guy can still be extremely effective, and he's such a presence in that lineup, no matter what.
Yeah, he's Kris Bryant. He's the past MVP. He's a guy that can change a lineup. Just having him back in the lineup for the Cubs and their pretty much whole team is a plus, because this guy can do it all. He can run the bases. Even if he's not hitting doubles, he can run the bases, go first to third, and he plays pretty solid defense out there in the outfield. So these guys just need to see more at bats, see more pitches, because the more pitches you see, the more confident you get. And it seems like with him, it's going to happen. He's going to start driving the ball out of the park soon. It's just about feeling right and swinging at the right pitches to do damage with.
I was just going to ask you, so what are you seeing from him at the plate right now? When you look at his adjustments, when you look at his approach, where do you think he is?
I think he's 80% Kris Bryant right now. He's not confident on that finishing one hand and finishing two hands right now. so he's kind of in between, but he has good at-bats. You see he's taking pitches, making the pitcher work right now. So with him, it's just seeing more pitches. When you're coming back from rehab, it always takes like 7 or 8 games to really get locked in. And right now, he is right near that point. So now it's time to really start amping it up and just not trying to do too much. Sometimes if you try and hit homers, that's when you start struggling, going out of the zone. With him, it's just keep being your same, keep driving the ball, 300 approach, 400 on-base percentage. Those are good for the Cubs.
When you say that, it makes me think right away about Wilson Contreras. Do you think he is kind of pressing a bit at the plate right now, maybe tightening up there on the bat?
He walks up to the batter's box. You see that your numbers on the board. It's a big, beautiful HD board, and when you're seeing only 9 or 10 homers, you know it's real. And the struggle is there because this kid was an all-star this year, and you just saw how he's fallen off the cliff right now. So getting him back is huge. But Victor Caratini, what a job he's done. He has taken full advantage of the opportunity to play, and now you're relying more on him than Wilson Contreras.
He has certainly gotten hot here of late and has been a huge contributor for the Cubs recently. Well, we're going to take one more time out here on Cubs Pregame Live, presented by Fields Auto Group. A beautiful afternoon here at Wrigley Field. We've got the Cubs and the Reds coming up here at 3 o'clock. We'll wrap things up with David's Keys when we come back.
Hello, I'm Dan Fields, inviting you to become a member of the Fields family when you buy or lease from any of our 35 locations.
During Jeep Adventure Days, lease a new 2019 Jeep Cherokee Latitude Plus 4x4 or a 2018 Jeep Compass LTD 4x4 for only $199 per month for 36 months at Fields Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram.
We really think Fields treats us as members of a family.
After all, you are family.
Fields Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram in Glenview.
Injuries can happen, whether you're working out or playing sports. At the Amita Health Orthopedics Institute, we understand that you want to return to your active life pain-free. That's why we offer a sports medicine outreach program that connects you to sports medicine doctors, surgeons, specialists, and rehabilitation therapists. To learn more or make an appointment, visit amitahealth.org/ortho or call 844-366-0615. Amita Health, in sickness and in health.
Okay, class, if it's buy one window, get one free, what happens if you bought 2 windows? Yes?
Buy 2 windows, get 2 windows free.
That's right. And how about 3 windows?
Buy 3 windows, get 3 windows free.
Now, Dave, how about if you bought 100 windows?
That'd be a lot of free windows.
Plus, no money down and no interest for 1 year.
Buy one, get one free, and Sunday. Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feltco.
It's times like these when you've got to stay centered. The 2018 Nissan Rogue, with available Pro Pilot Assist that can help keep you centered in your lane. Experience it only at your local Nissan store.
Save up to $35.30 on Rogue, or get 0% financing for 60 months on 13 models.
Now the most exciting tech you own is in your driveway.
Everyone knows the 5 senses.
But what if we told you?
There's more. An elusive sensation.
Coaxed out only under ideal circumstances.
We can't fully describe it, but you'll know it.
When you feel it.
We call it the ultimate driving machine. Hurry in to lease a 2018 BMW X2 xDrive 28i for $329 a month.
We've got breaking news. Let's go live to our storm team. Dave, what's it like out there?
What? Are we on? I can't hear anything. Hello?
It appears we lost Dave. Looks like a WeatherTech day.
You'll always be prepared with seat protectors, floor liners, cargo liners, and Cargo-Tech containment system, bump step, and no-drill mud flaps. Order at WeatherTech.com or visit our factory store in Bolingbrook. WeatherTech.
Xfinity is now the official Wi-Fi provider for Wrigley Field and Gallagher Way. Fans are able to access free Wi-Fi around Wrigley Field, so save your data and connect now. Xfinity, the exclusive Wi-Fi provider of Wrigley Field and the Chicago Cubs. We're just minutes away from first pitch between the Cubs and Reds here on NBC Sports Chicago. John Lester getting ready for his 30th start of the season, and we welcome you in here to Cubs Pregame Live, presented by Fields Auto Group, live from the Jim Beam patio, and excited for the Cubs and Reds because every game feels like such a big game right now, with the Brewers ripping off 12-3 in their last 15. They were 4-2 against the Cubs, and they're putting the pressure on. But in hearing Cole Hamels speak last night after the game, the only scoreboard he's watching is the Cubs.
Brewers are tough. They're a very, very hot team right now. They've got tremendous talent there, and you can't really look at what they're going to do. You know, they're probably going to win all their games, and I think that's the mentality that you have to really keep, is they're going to win their games. We just have to take care of ourselves and really worry about the scoreboard that we have, because once you're able to do that, I think it just really allows you to be in the driver's seat and take control of our own destiny, and not really look at somebody else to try to, change that or direct us.
Okay, well, that's what you're going to hear from all the guys right now, is they got to worry about themselves. But we are allowed to worry about the Brewers. And do you think they can stay hot like this?
Yes.
When did they cool off?
I don't know right now. You have those teams each and every year where they get hot at the right time, and that's what the Brewers have. They have a 1-2 punch in the top of the lineup that is producing each and every game, and then you have a bullpen that they're relying on. And there's got to be a point where Josh Hader kind of doesn't pitch 2 innings.
Chris Sale out of the pen forever.
I know, it's unbelievable, but this team is playing good baseball. They believe that they can beat the Cubs, so the Cubs have to go out and worry about each and every game.
That's right, and they are in the driver's seat still. Yeah. Well, we asked you earlier in our Miller Lite fan poll, do you think a closer by committee approach can work? Can it be sustainable? We ask you yes or no, and here is what you had to say. Thank you, as always, for voting each and every time here in our Cubs pregame live show. What'd you say on our Miller Lite fan poll? What did you say? Yes.
I said
thought
yes.
It could
yes,
be.
Yes.
I said yes as well. Our fans at home, they're still chiming in, and I'm hoping, I'm waiting for results.
Yeah, let's wait. Let's wait.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if we're going to get results today.
We're not going to get results? Maybe wait till after the game?
Or
most, like, we got you.
Yes. Said yes.
Let's be positive.
So you
Let's
at
be
home
positive.
said yes to. And 64% did say yes.
Yes,
so
okay.
They truly believe what Joe Madden is doing with matchups right now
For sure.
can be sustainable, can work. And then, hey, Brandon Morrow on the horizon.
And one thing that helps with bullpen is getting leads. So the offense, if the offense can step up and start putting them in better positions, that'll help out as well.
That's exactly what Joe said. You're a lot more patient with your starter out there when they've got runs on the boards. Well, okay, David, time for your Fields Auto Group keys to the game. What do you have for this afternoon?
Okay, the first key is back it up. It's all about Lester's back. He got it hurt in the 5th inning last start, so can it bounce back? And hopefully those spasms have left his body and he can kick going forward, because he was starting to feel really good on the mound, and hopefully he can get back to himself.
And your second one?
Is stay patient. A young pitcher for the Reds. These hitters need to get him in the count, get him in counts that are favorable for them, and focus over the middle of the plate.
Okay, so back it up, John Lester. Stay patient for the hitters. That'll be the keys. David DeJesus, Kelly Crawl here on the Jim Beam patio deck. Thanks for joining us.
I've taken some amazing cars for a spin. But the Accord is truly extraordinary. When you find such a beautiful car with incredible performance, plus tons of high-tech features, you never want to get out of the driver's seat. Race into your Honda dealer and test drive the Accord, the 2018 North American Car of the Year.
It's back, and it's front,
No, really. The Triple Double Crunchwrap $5 box is back, and it's still all mains, no sides, with 2 crunchy tacos and a medium soda. Just $5, only at Taco Bell.
I think I have a problem.
Yeah?
I keep advertising AT&T internet speeds up to 50 megs, but it can be as low as 10.
Yeah.
You can relate. You're the boy who cried.
Hang on a second.
Wolf! I mean, 10 megs for the same price.
Did you just say wolf?
Wolf!
Maybe I should come clean about AT&T.
Wolf, run for your life! Wolf!
Not cool, AT&T. 10 megs isn't 50. Xfinity delivers the fastest, most reliable internet.
When my hot water heater failed, she was pregnant, in-laws were coming, a little bit of water, it rocked our world.
I had no idea the amount of damage that water could do.
We called USAA, and they greeted me as they always do. Sergeant Baker, how are you? They were on it. It was unbelievable. Having insurance is something everyone needs, but having USAA, that's a privilege. We're the Bakers, and we're USAA members for life.
USAA. Get your insurance quote today.
Why bother mastering something? Why test a hybrid engine for over 6 million miles? Why hand-tune an audio system? Why include the most advanced active safety system in its class, Standard? Because when you want to create an entirely new feeling, the difference between excellence and mastery is all the difference in the world. Introducing the all-new Lexus ES. Every curve, every innovation, every feeling. A product of mastery. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
It's the Reds and the Cubs on NBC Sports Chicago, home of the authentic fan, and we continue to get stellar weather here in Chicago. It is Game 2 of a 3-game weekend series. The Cubs a thrilling comeback win last night and maintaining a 1.5-game lead in the division. Great to have you with us today. Jim DeShays and Len Casper with you. We're going to dig right into the pitching matchup. John Lester working on normal rest after dealing with a back issue in his last start, and Cody Reed still looking for his first win as a starter.
Yeah, Cody Reed, a guy the Reds acquired back in 2015 at the trade deadline for Johnny Cueto. Still trying to figure it out at the big league level. He's made 4 starts against the Cubs in his career, has an ERA up above 7 in those games. Monday against the Dodgers, he went 4 innings, allowed 5 hits, 3 runs, got a no decision. John Lester, as Len mentioned, came out with a tight back last time, but all systems go. Feels good going into this start. Over his last 5, he's got a 2.15 ERA.
And the lineups are interesting for who's not in there. No Scooter Gennett for the Reds. No Rizzo, no Murphy, no Zobrist for the Cubs. Ian Happ is back in there, made a big catch in center field, and then hit the game-winning home run. Cubs winning 3-2. They've now taken 7 in a row against the Reds. They'll try to make it 8 next.
It's just you, me, and the to-do list. Manure shopping on a Sunday? Smells like romance. And a toilet paper pickup, 'cause that's how we roll, baby. Airing your dirty laundry? Oh, no, you didn't. BP gasoline helps clean your engine for more miles per tank and more quality time per tank.
Hey, what do you guys want to listen to?
Oh, hip-hop. Reggaeton.
EDM.
EDM.
What about bubble trance? Bubble what?
Bubble trance. It's a thing.
Oh.
My point is everyone's got different tastes. That's why Verizon lets you mix and match your family unlimited plans so everyone gets the plan they want without paying for things they don't. And right now, the whole family can get 6 months of free Apple Music on Verizon.
Oh.
So let's play that reggaeton. Old school reggaeton, not the new stuff.
Get 45 million songs with 6 months free Apple Music on us, only on Verizon. Switch now and get $300 off our latest phones.
Oh, you are my sunshine. Oh, my only sunshine. Oh, girl, you make me happy sometimes. When my skies are gray. You never know how much I love you. But I don't want you to take
car to get you into gear, and you need to get it right here. Thomas Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram and Highland. Find out for yourself why customers love the Thomas difference.
Commission-free sales.
And home of the Lifetime Loyalty Program.
And second to none, awesome service.
Come in today and experience the 2018 Jeep Compass. It's Jeep Adventure Days. Lease for $149 a month. So come get into gear at Thomas Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram.
Or online at thomascdj.com.
Experience the Thomas difference and buy today.
It's moving day. Let's talk about upgrades. From now on, when we move, we want everything to be upgraded. We're upgrading our homes, our lives, whatever this thing is, and even our DirecTV. Because when we sit in our new house with our better stuff, we want an equipment, programming, or premium channel upgrade too. I'd say my work here's done.
Do you live here now?
The DirecTV Movers Deal. Call today and ask how to get an equipment, programming, or premium channel upgrade.
Cubs baseball on NBC Sports Chicago is brought to you in part by Lexus, who encourages you to experience amazing. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois, through it all. Ford, who invites you to go further in their fuel-efficient vehicles. Check out our entire lineup at your local Ford store or buyfordnow.com. Menards, save big money at Menards. And by Southwest Airlines, low fares, no hidden fees. That's transparency.
Little game of catch before the Reds and the Cubs. Great to see some boats on the water here in mid-September. Blue skies above, little breeze off the lake. Perfect. As John Lester gets ready for an important start. The Cubs 1.5 ahead of Milwaukee in the Central Division. Brewers hosting the Pirates a little later. Milwaukee a win last night. Cubs really needed that 3-2 comeback victory. And now the Red Southwest starting lineup. Billy Hamilton will lead it off. Jose Peraza and Joey Votto both homered last night. Suarez, the third baseman, cleaning up. Phillip Ervin is in left, batting fifth. Tucker Barnhart gets his first start of the series. He'll catch and hit sixth. Herrera and Dixon move around defensively. Herrera's at second, batting seventh. Dixon eighth, and the pitcher Cody Reed ninth.
Cubs with a different look defensively today. It's brought to you by BP. Ian Happ, last night's hero, will play left field this afternoon. Albert Almora Jr. is in center. Whereas Kris Bryant today, well, you're going to find him in right. Bodie, Russell, Baez, and Caratini third to first. Wilson Contreras behind the plate. And the Lexus Experience Amazing starting pitcher is John Lester. Big John working for the 30th time, 15 up, 6 down, 3.57 earned run average.
Cornermen pulled in against the speedy Hamilton, and he takes a strike. Bottom of the zone fastball. Iowa native Bruce Dreckman, 19-year veteran. Back of the plate, Estabrook, the crew chief Wendelstedt, and John Lipka on the bases.
Hamilton's been good against John Lester in his career, 8 out of 22 with a couple of home runs.
Billy hit ninth last night, reached 3 times. It was picked off by Cole Hamels. He is now 1 for his last 6 in the stolen base department, so he's in a bit of a slump.
And they say speed never slumps. Apparently it does.
78 northeast wind at 7 miles an hour.
And Lester working the top of the zone there, forcing Hamilton to go after that high pitch and just weak contact, little lazy fly ball. It's down around the knees. He can beat it into the ground and use his speed.
Hamilton does not get on base a whole lot. His career on base percentage as a leadoff hitter matches his overall number at 299. But he's worked a full count, and he did walk twice in game 1.
Bad misses there from John.
get out of play off to the right. The overall lately has been very good for Lester, but he has struggled in his home ballpark. 0-3 with an ERA of 8 the last 7 times he's pitched here at Wrigley. Another foul by Hamilton. Cubs have won 21 of John's 29 starts. This is number 30.
Yeah, he's had a couple clunkers here back on July 20th. Cardinals got him for 8 runs and 3+. And then the Nationals on August 11th put 9 runs on the board against him in 3 2/3. Last time out against Milwaukee here, 5 2/3, 8 hits, 3 runs. He left with low back tightness.
Swing and a miss, strike 3.
Lester wins the duel with Hamilton. Again, going with the elevated fastball.
Career strikeout 2,175. So Contreras has had something in his eye here the last minute or so, and now Matt Johnson will come out to assist. Find some eye drops, I think. That should take care of it.
This is really a hard game to play if you can't see very well, especially if you're charged with catching balls coming in your general direction at 90+ miles per hour.
The batter is Peraza, working on a 9-game hitting streak. Half of his home runs have come over the last 24 games.
Yeah, including last night and won the game before. He's really developing a power stroke, a guy who came to the big leagues with a reputation of being a spray hitter, starting to drive the ball.
The 0-1 is outside, so 12 this year. He had 8 total as a major leaguer in 222 games going into this season. In his minor league career, 532 games, only 11 total.
He's got a real quick bat, short stroke. He's hitting the ball in the air more frequently than he has in the past, and obviously with more authority. The hard hit rate is up. Slugging percentage up over 100 points from last year.
Lester with a 1-2, and Peraza did not chase a curveball in the dirt.
And Peraza, like Hamilton, if he gets on base, a threat to run.
So back-to-back 3-2s to start it. John already with 15 wins for the 8th time and 2nd time as a Cub. He won 19 in 2016. On the ground to third. Barehanded play and a great effort by Bodie. He was working on that play with Brian Butterfield before the game, but Peraza's speed makes it an infield hit. He didn't look like he had a prayer, and he somehow got the ball to Caratini just a little bit late.
Yeah, the rhythm of being able to barehand that ball and not take a lot of time to then unload it while sprinting into foul territory. Most impressive, and probably the most important part of the play is he didn't throw it away. And it's a high-risk play, and it could have gotten ugly. Peraza could have ended up on third base.
Votto homered last night. Leads the league with the .420 on base percentage. He is the active leader at .427. And the first pitch from John. An check swing foul. Only his 12th home run.
Yeah, he's launched that one to left. The power numbers are down for Votto this year. Everything else kind of where you normally find it with a high on base.
He is trying to lead the National League in on base percentage for the 7th time. If he does that, he'll be the 6th player to lead his league in that category 7 times. Ted Williams did it 12, Babe Ruth 10, Barry Bonds 10, Rogers, Hornsby, and Ty Cobb 7. So I just gave you that note. I think your answer would be he's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely. He is.
One and two on him. Big lead by Peraza. He's not running, and the pitch just missed the outside corner.
Well, it's a fun battle here. Votto has a very discerning eye, doesn't go out of the zone very often at all, and Lester doesn't like to throw the ball over the plate. John likes to work the edges.
Here it comes, and another check swing foul by Votto. Top one just getting started. Long look at the runner. There he goes. And the throw hits him. Meanwhile, 3-2 on Votto. Peraza with his 23rd.
Initially, I thought this ball came up and got him in the face, but the helmet. Contreras had to hurry the throw, sailed on him a little bit.
Full count on Votto. Suarez on deck. The pitch. A third check swing foul.
You're blocking Votto.
Another 3-2. This ball will be gloved by Baez, who got a spike caught in the dirt. So a little awkward landing there, but he made the play.
Yeah, it looked like he stepped in a gopher hole or something.
Runner at third with 2 outs now.
Fields it on 1 foot, starts to stumble, and able to unload before completely lost it.
By the way, Yasiel Puig is having a weekend. He hit 2 home runs in the Dodger win at St. Louis last night. He's got 3 today. And the Dodgers lead the Cardinals 13-4 in the 8th. Suarez takes a strike.
Reds have a good lineup. They have speed at the top. They've got power in the middle. Suarez has turned into one heck of an offensive weapon. 32 home runs, 101 batted in this year.
In the air to right. And it is caught by Kris Bryant. So John had to work some deep counts in the first, but no runs. And the Cubs are coming to bat when we return.
Xfinity presents Rematch, Canelo, Triple G. When you know you the best of the best. And you not like the rest, now you better than the rest. It's the fight of your life, it's time to raise supreme. And fulfill all your dreams, this is history. The rematch is
Canelo versus Triple G2, Saturday, September 15th.
To order Canelo versus Triple G2, just say boxing into your X1 voice remote now.
Your eyes are a beautiful pair, and they've seen a lot together, from the biggest events to countless little moments. Over time, diabetic macular edema, also known as DME, entered the picture. It brought some unwelcome symptoms, like black spots, blurriness, or wavy lines. But your eyes can fight back, because there's more they want to see, and they have EYLEA on their side.
On average, people with DME gain 10 more letters on the eye chart after 1 year on EYLEA and still had these improvements a year later when staying on treatment. Do not use EYLEA if you have an eye infection, eye pain or redness, or known allergies to any ingredients in EYLEA. Injection in the eye with EYLEA can cause infection and separation of the retina. EYLEA may cause an increase in eye pressure. Potential risk of fatal heart attack or stroke related to blood clots may occur. Serious side effects are rare. Most common side effects are eye pain, redness, cataract, moving spots in the field of vision, increased eye pressure, and inner eye gel detachment.
Fight for your eyes and ask your retina specialist if EYLEA is right for you.
Cubs winning a couple of tight ball games these last 2 days, one in Washington and then last night here. As we check out their Southwest starting lineup, Morrow, Bryant, and Baez go 1, 2, 3. Bodie, Russell, Contreras in the middle. Caratini gets another start as Anthony Rizzo gets a breather. Lester 8th, and last night's hero Ian Happ 9th.
Cincinnati Ball Club defensively, Irvin is in left, Hamilton center, Brandon Dixon gets a start in right field, Suarez, Peraza left side of the infield. They're there just about every day. Herrera gets a spot start at second, Joey Votto's at first, where you always find him. Tucker Barnhart rock solid behind the plate. That's the Reds defense, brought to you by BP. The Lexus amazing starting pitcher for Cincinnati is lefty Cody Reed.
Almora with a bouncer toward the middle, and Peraza rifle across. The leadoff man is presented by Benny's Beverage Depot, and when the Cubs leadoff man gets a hit in the first, Benny's donates $100 to the Greater Chicago Food Depository.
3-pitch mix for Reed. Likes to sink his fastball. Gets a lot of balls on the ground, as he did to get things started here. He'll mix in sliders and changeups to go along with a heater that averages 92 miles per hour.
Small sample sizes, but as a reliever in the big leagues, he's been good. As a starter, not so much. 21 relief appearances, a 198. 15 career starts, 0-9 with an 8.01.
3 of those losses coming to the Cubs with an ERA of 16.20. Again, small sample. It gets your attention.
And you know what some of the sabermetricians say when you start a note with small sample size? They say it doesn't matter.
Well, it probably does not matter in terms of a predictive tool that what we're going to see going forward, but it tells the story of how things have gone for Reed thus far.
He just struck out Bryant.
Besides, what else are we going to talk about? We don't talk about the weather so much.
Now Baez has had 2 big games the last 2 days, both Cub wins. The defense last night was huge. Gunned down Suarez at the plate to keep it a 2-0 game in the middle innings. And our high-speed action is powered by Xfinity.
Yeah, the infield was playing halfway. Suarez going on contact. For whatever reason, he was looking over his shoulder as he went down the line, and Baez wasted no time gunning that ball home. Nice tag by Caratini, too, on the other end of that play. See what he's done since the 19th of August against the Reds this year. He's pummeled them. 375 batting average, 656 slugging average. He's batted in 15 against the Porcopolitans.
One and one the count. Big leg kick by Reed. The pitch, it's wide. Cody is from Horn Lake, Mississippi. That's just south of Memphis, Tennessee. Attended Northwest Mississippi Community College. Undrafted out of high school, but garnered attention as a sophomore in college as he hit 95 on the radar gun. And he had committed to Ole Miss before signing with the Royals as a second rounder in 2013.
Yeah, if you're left-handed and you're throwing 95, you're going to get a lot of attention. As I mentioned in the open, traded to the Reds in July of 2015 in the Johnny Cueto deal. That's a good pitch.
Well, he just painted one on the outside corner. No argument from Baez. Reed goes 1-2-3. Scoreless.
I wish somebody would have told me, babe, that someday these would be the good old days.
Never thought we'd get old. Maybe we're still young. Maybe you always look back and think it was better than it was. Maybe these are the moments. Maybe I've been missing what it's about. Been scared of the future, thinking about the past while missing out on now. We've come so far. I guess I'm proud, and I ain't worried about the wrinkles around my smile. I got some scars. I've been around. I felt some pain. I've seen some things, but I'm here now. Those good old days.
I wish somebody would have told me, babe, someday these will be the good old days. All the love you won't forget. Someday soon your whole life's gonna change. You'll miss the magic of these good old days.
When you're a failure, you lie. When you're desperate, you lie more. Bruce Rauner's now completely making things up. J.B. Pritzker has never proposed a vehicle mileage tax. J.B. supports a fair tax to make people like him and Bruce Rauner pay more while reducing taxes on the middle class. But Bruce Rauner thinks billionaires should pay the same tax rate as working people trying to make ends meet. Bruce Rauner, 4 years of failure and lying is enough.
What do you call a great beer with more taste, only 96 calories, and 3.2 carbs? We call it Miller Lite. What are you holding? Miller Lite. Hold true.
Hey, welcome back. Scoreless after one. Cub fans, Advocate Healthcare has all your bases covered with over 400 locations and 6,300 top doctors. Book your same-day appointment at advocatehealth.com.
Phil Irvin will lead off the second inning. He had a rough go last night. 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts. 2 of those Ks in huge RBI spots with less than 2 outs. Cole Hamels able to make some big pitches when he had to. 2-0. Lester can't believe it. Looked like it was pretty good.
John not afraid to show his disdain for the home plate umpire strike zone.
So we made the Joey Votto Hall of Fame case. John Lester has a fascinating Hall of Fame case. If you go to the bottom of his baseball reference page, you get a lot of comparisons. They have a section called Hall of Fame statistics. Strike 2-2. They also have similarity scores. Do you know who is number 1 on his similarity score list?
I'm going to go with Andy Pettit or Whitey Ford.
Neither is in the top 10.
Old Haas Radbourne.
No, he just struck out Irvin. Good comeback. I'll go 10-2. Jake Peavy, Zach Greinke, Chris Carpenter, Jared Weaver, Felix Hernandez, Johan Santana, Roy Oswalt, Ron Guidry, Cliff Lee. But number one on the list, the guy he's most closely compared to statistically, is Cole Hamels.
It's kind of fun.
So that's a really good group of pitchers. And in terms of his Hall of Fame stats, you have black ink, gray ink. Black ink is about, leaderboards. If you lead your league in a category, gray ink is being in the top 10. There is also the Jay Jaffe WAR score system, where he compares players to Hall of Famers at that position. And right now, he's not far away. He's close. He's not a Hall of Famer, but if he pitches 4 or 5 more years and piles up some more World Series rings and all-star appearances, he could.
Yeah, absolutely. Has time yet to build a compelling case. And a lot of those guys you mentioned on that previous list of similar ilk, right? Guidry, not a Hall of Famer, but a heck of a career. Chris Carpenter. I think Greinke has a real good shot. Oswalt will not be. Cliff Lee will not be.
A bouncer that'll be cut off by Bodie. Nice dig by Caratini, and he gets an ovation from Bodie, who points over and says thank you.
Yeah, the throws from David are usually pretty true. This one got away from him a little bit, but Victor there to bail him out. Victor comes out, does a lot of early work down at first base with Brian Butterfield as well.
And you can go to his page to look at the things we're discussing, but where he ranks pretty well in gray ink, Hall of Fame monitor, Hall of Fame standards. The black ink page is where he has come up a little short, and he hasn't really led his league in a ton of categories over the years, but he's been right there in the mix among the best. And that's the thing about a guy like Alan Trammell, right? I think what hurt his Hall of Fame case for so many years is that he played in the same era as Ozzie Smith and Cal Ripken. But the point supporters of Trammell would make was, you don't have to be the best in your league over 10 years to be a Hall of Famer, and he shouldn't be penalized for being a shortstop with those guys.
To be a contemporary of some great players shouldn't knock you down if you
right.
Hall of Fame, it's two things, right? Guys that have really good careers for a long time, or guys that shine brightly over a smaller period of time but dominate at such a high level. The Koufax model.
Another close one on Herrera, 3-2. This time he got him. And that's his third strikeout after an inning and a half. 0-0.
Hey, now you can fly Southwest for just $69 one way. $69. If you think this sale fare is low, you should see what we charge you for 2-check bags, or overhead bags, or carry-on bags. Which means these $69 one-way sale fares stay $69. And while we don't charge hidden fees, this sale won't last forever. So book your fall travel now at southwest.com. Low fares, no hidden fees, that's transparency.
There's something different about their agenda. The men that hit this site were coordinated, well-trained.
Some people out of love. I'm only human after all. Don't put the blame on.
Shoot me. I drop this and we all die.
I'm just a man. I do what I can. Don't put the blame on me.
When you have pain, You want relief. Fast. Only new Thermacare Ultra Pain Relieving Cream has 4 active ingredients to fight pain 4 different ways. Get relief fast with new Thermacare Ultra Pain Relieving Cream.
How do you become America's best-selling brand? You introduce the 2018 Ford EcoSport, and you surprise people with how much they can get in a small SUV. That means more standard features and more upgrades for a lot less than expected. It's the big upgrade in a small package. From Ford, America's best-selling brand. Now get EcoSport with $3,000 cash back or lease one for $189 a month during SUV season. Only at your local Ford store.
Welcome back. Everybody in the Cubs need everyone's support during these final games of the regular season. Tickets still available for the final week of the regular season. Games with the Pirates and Cardinals. Get your tickets now at Cubs.com.
Bodie, Russell, and Contreras against Cody Reed. Cody to Bodie, it's a strike. One for 4 with a double, reached on an error last night. Dodgers now lead 17-4 in St. Louis. That'll be 3 in a row for the Dodgers to start that 4-game series. Remember, the Cardinals swept in LA a few weeks ago, so the Dodgers returning the favor, and they started the day tied for that second wild card spot. But the Dodgers, I think, have their division in mind more than the wild card. They're only a half game behind the Rockies. Starting play today. 2-2. Bouncer to Votto. Run it in the midsection area and get it to Reed for the out. Diamondbacks a big win last night. They have gotten off to a terrible start to the month of September. We'll see them Monday night. They're still very much in it.
The Diamondbacks beat the Astros in game 1 of their series while the Rockies were being shut out by the Giants. That's about the only way the Giants are going to beat you these days, if somebody pitches a shutdown game for them, because they have not scored at all here in the last few weeks.
Giants snapped an 11-game losing streak. Russell bounces wide of third. It's foul.
On at 94 miles per hour, so Reed showing a little something extra with the fastball. Good little sinking action. So the challenge is going to be to try to get that ball up a little bit where he can square it up and hit it on a line.
Got him looking. His third strikeout. So the first 5 Cubs have been retired.
Backdoor slider across the top of the zone, catches Russell looking. Everybody from the right side for the Cubs today, and sometimes that can actually prove to be beneficial for a left-handed pitcher. It's counterintuitive, especially when you look at the numbers. Right-handed hitters batting .301 against some lefties .233, but everybody's coming from the same side. You can get into a pretty good rhythm and have the same look with every single hitter. He appears to be locked in right now.
Working quickly. Contreras 4 for 7 with 2 homers against Reed. A ball and 2 strikes. Victor Caratini on deck. That's outside. Brandon Morrow threw a sim game today. 19 pitches. If he feels good tomorrow, we could see him back as soon as the Arizona series. Cubs hopeful Jason Hayward can return soon. Kyle Schwarber may be available off the bench these next couple of days. So Morrow and Schwarber battling late this morning.
Real sense of urgency now with the Strop being injured to get Brandon back.
Struck properly, to use a phrase Joe Madden likes. And Contreras has the Cubs' first hit.
When Brandon does come back, the plan will be to first use him in lower leverage situations and not on back-to-back days, but the hope is that eventually he would go back into that closer's role. Kind of fun last night watching Jaime Garcia and Jorge De La Rosa finish off that ball game. First career save for De La Rosa.
First career win for Dylan Maples, who recorded 1 out. Caught the outside on a backdoor slider. It's 1-1. Caratini starting the last 2 games behind the plate. He's at first for Rizzo today. Second time since the All-Star break, Rizzo has not been in the lineup. 1-2. Today's bench beefed up with Rizzo and Murphy and Zobrist looming late.
So you think that would keep Amir Garrett and Wandy Peralta in play for Jim Riggleman? His 2 lefties in the bullpen could be, as Joe says, prominent in this one.
Will not see Michael Lorenzen today. He's going to make a start on Tuesday in Milwaukee. Jim Riggleman made that announcement earlier. Somebody made a catch with the hat. Two-2 pitch. We'll try it again.
Well, if Reed's going to make it as a starter in this league, you would figure that the changeup will be a key for him. Good movement on the sinking fastball. He's shown good command of the slider, and you can rely on that changeup a little bit more. Probably be able to compete against right-handed hitters a little bit better and get through that lineup the second and third time a little bit more effectively.
Good take, and it's full. Otto will stay at first to hold Contreras. There goes Wilson, and Caratini fouls again. Happy 80th birthday to Hall of Famer Gaylord Perry, born on this date, 1938.
'72 Cy Young Award winner, I believe. Hey, Tom Selleck's here.
You were correct on 1972. He lost 16 that year, 124.
I think a lot of people, baseball people or fans of the game, know Gaylord Perry, know the name. They associate him with the spitball, and he was known to load it up. But there was a lot more than that. He was really good. Big, strong guy, threw hard.
Caratini gets hit. And that will bring up Lester.
Reed was going along nicely, retiring the first 5, but solid single Contreras, and then can't execute the pitch to Caratini, and this will at least clear the pitcher spot in the batting order.
John had one of his best at-bats of the year in the 5th inning Monday night and just smoked a ball to center. It was run down somehow by Lorenzo Cain. A huge play in that game. As Milwaukee won 3-2.
I don't know Cody Reed at all. I'm just watching his mannerisms out there. He seems very left-handed to me. The way he finishes delivery and then kind of recoils in place.
That's a strike. He wears glasses when he pitches. His mom told him to while he was in high school. And they had a good game, and it stuck.
Gotta listen to mom. It was a Reed, John Lamb, and Brandon Finnegan, all pitchers coming from Kansas City to Cincinnati in that Cueto deal back in the summer of 2015. Lamb has moved on. Finnegan's in the minor leagues, sporting a 7 and change ERA at AAA.
All lefties.
Yep.
Right? Correct. 2-2.
All with, at the time, guys with a pretty good upside. So far it has not panned out for Cincinnati.
Really working that gum.
Very aggressive gum chewer.
Strike 3 on the inside corner. John didn't like it. 4 punch outs for Reed. Cubs strand a couple. 0-0 after 2.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of the Chicago Cubs and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Chicago Cubs. I'm attorney Howard Aiken with Cubs great Javi Baez.
When you love what you do, it shows.
And that's how I feel as a personal injury and workers' compensation attorney.
Getting advice from an abogado who cares.
Call 312-6-million, injury law made personal. That's Aiken Law.
I've always believed that caring for families is the best way to keep our community healthy and safe, which is why I got into personal injury law. It gives me the opportunity to help people at a time of tremendous loss, because helping injured people win justice is its own reward.
Carspitality, the friendly and convenient services offered to guests at the Bill Jacobs Auto Group. With amenities like a complimentary vehicle inspection with every service visit on our active reception rack, or our white glove concierge service where we'll pick up and deliver your vehicle to your home or office and leave you a courtesy loaner. We use market-based pricing on our vehicles to save you time and money. Carspitality. See the Bill Jacobs Auto Group. The cars bring you in, the experience brings you back. In Naperville and Hinsdale.
I've always believed that caring for families is the best way to keep our community healthy and safe, which is why I got into personal injury law. It gives me the opportunity to help people at a time of tremendous loss, because helping injured people win justice is its own reward.
Time for Built for Baseball, brought to you by T-Mobile.
Trying to bunt his way on. That is a fair ball.
The bunt double by Orlando Arcia.
And it's a bunt double.
Knocked in 2 runs last night. How about that? Right over first base. Tonight, Ivan Nova and Zach Davies will match up. That game will start probably right around the time we're finishing.
Well, we can jump in the car and drive on up there and catch a good chunk of that one. Or not.
We'll go grab a nice dinner. Check your phone at 9 o'clock.
Check it on MLB.tv.
Dixon, Reed, and Hamilton for the Reds.
Dixon's been striking out a bunch. A whole lot with the bat. He does have some power. Takes a big swing. He was having a very nice year in the minor leagues at AAA, batting .346. But even down there, a pretty high strikeout rate, not a lot of walks. And usually that translates even more of the same at the big league level. Cubs bullpen was taxed heading into the ball game last night, and Cole Hamels stepped up and delivered 6 2/3 innings of 2-run ball. This time of year, you're going to ask a little bit more.
Dixon takes the pitch a little low. And it's a 1-2 count. The pitcher next, and then Hamilton.
Into the final weeks of the season in a pennant race. The rest you gave your starting pitchers earlier in the year, the hope is that pays off and they're strong, and you can ask a little bit more out of them down the stretch.
Going to get a division clincher today in Cleveland, it looks like. The Indians' magic number is 1, and they have a 13-0 lead over Detroit in the 4th. High fly ball out into left center. See the sunglasses glistening as Almora makes the catch. I wonder if those are the Kris Bryant giveaway glasses. Maybe not. Hey, check out the variety of luxury premier options Wrigley Field has to offer, like an all-inclusive suite experience. Daily suite rentals are available for the final weekend matchup against the Cardinals. To reserve a suite, visit Cubs.com/premier. Two strikes to Reed. 0 for 20 lifetime. A little bit outside.
What's the wind doing today?
Wind is blowing in, but not very hard.
Lifetime John is 6-1 against Cincinnati with a 4.18 ERA.
Reed strikes out. Number 4 for John. As you enjoy a cold Miller Lite, look forward to the whole true moment later in today's game.
Pitched twice against Cincinnati this year. Back in May over there, he went 6 innings, allowed 1 run, and then in the ball game here on July 8th, no decision in a 6-5 Cub win. He went 6 1/3, allowed 4 runs.
Long at bat to start the game for Hamilton. It ended in a strikeout. Line drive. Almora will leave his feet. Makes the catch. Almora just dropped Billy Hamilton. A couple of guys who can go get him in center. And we'll head to the bottom of the 3rd. 0-0.
This will be the first manned mission to land on the moon.
Neil, if his flight is successful, you'll go down in history.
We're planning on the flight being successful.
The entire world's watching.
5, 4. We need to fail down here so we don't fail up there. 3.
We've got this under control.
2.
You're a bunch of boys. You don't have anything under control.
1.
First Man, rated PG-13.
Overtime. Hard to explain to the crew. Even harder to explain to a drill. But when the job has to get done now, you can't be worried about your batteries. That's why I went with the Master Force brushless drill and driver. It gives me up to 1.5 times the battery life. Time and a half? I'll take it. The 20-volt brushless drill. Part of the Master Force cordless tool solution. Master Force. Available at Menards.
You know J.B. Pritzker wants to raise your taxes like no tomorrow. But it gets worse. Pritzker wants to ban sporting rifles and tax handgun sales 100%. He calls his government-run healthcare plan Obamacare 2. Pritzker even wants every city in Illinois to be a sanctuary city. No wonder Pritzker campaigned with a left-wing extremist organization leading the resist movement. J.B. Pritzker, just another tax-raising, big-spending Chicago liberal.
Fender biter. Seen it, covered it. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Xfinity X1 customers say, show me the Chicago Cubs into your X1 voice remote and get live team stats on your TV. Change the way you experience TV with Xfinity X1. And we'd like to welcome all our viewers watching and streaming today on South Slope in North Liberty, Iowa. Ian Happ fouls away in a dramatic go-ahead 3-run homer last night. His 10th career homer against the Reds in just 32 career games. Snapped an 0 for 15 in the process. There wasn't much doubt about it off the bat.
Yeah, fastball, a little running action out over the middle of the plate. Smokes it to left center. So yeah, 10 of his now career 39 home runs coming against Cincinnati. I'll do the quick math for you. That's almost a quarter.
So you want him in the lineup against Cincinnati and in games in St. Louis. And he's done a ton of damage.
This year against the Reds, batting .348 with a .531 on base percentage. He's hit 3 home runs against them this season.
This time he strikes out.
You know, that's obviously not good, not the optimal result, but I like the aggressive approach, especially he's good down. And I think his issue at times this year has been maybe a little too patient, a little too discerning, looking for that pitch that he can really drive and then getting caught in between.
Now Morrow grounded out to open the bottom of the first. Career .305 hitter here at Wrigley Field. And a nice catch to end the top of this inning. Statcast AI powered by AWS. Catch probability 46%.
Yeah, that was a real nice play. And got a great break, great path, good finish.
And that's a little risk, right? Because if somehow that ball gets by, Hamilton goes all the way around.
But depending on what KB was doing there and right, he might have been able to provide a little support. But yeah, obviously always risk when you leave your feet, and especially with a guy like Hamilton running.
Reed with a 2-0. It's low. And a walk, the first one issued by either starter.
Reed's been pretty sharp so far, but does he have enough tools to get through the batting order a second and possibly a third time?
And now 5 straight misses, so Barnhart will head to the mound. Reed, broad-shouldered, really put together. Here comes Danny Darwin.
He's got a basketball player's build. Broad shoulders. Looks like he'd be a good rebounder. Long arms.
6'5", 230.
Things could go south on him in a hurry, so I think that's why Barnhart and then Darwin quickly to the mound after the walk and the miss to KB.
Cubs have clinched the season series. They've won 10 of the first 17, including the last 7 in a row. So they started the year at 3-7 against the Reds. A strange schedule. The first 9 games were played in Cincinnati. The final 10 here at Wrigley.
Yeah, it's the first time that I can recall in all the years of doing this that there haven't been any games on the road in the second half against a divisional opponent.
Under Joe Madden, the Cubs are 50-24 versus Cincinnati.
Talking to Joe Madden about this Cincinnati ball club earlier today, and he sees them. He goes, he thinks they're another Milwaukee. He thinks they are on the rise, and he thinks it's going to happen quickly. He loves the position players. He thinks the pitching is starting to head in the right direction. He just thinks this whole division is going to be beastly here in the next couple of years.
Still 1-2. Joe just had to back out of the way of that bouncer. Bryant struck out twice. 6 now for Reed as he'll face Baez.
We've seen Reed a few times, first in 2016. I don't recall, at least as a starter, seeing him pitch well in any of those games. Again, it's limited.
Now Morrow, the runner at first. 2 outs. Here's Baez. He was called out on strikes in the first inning. Lots of shadows here with the 3:05 start. And a drive into the right field corner. Foul. Had a good sound off the bat, but sliced way too much.
Yeah, and he's been doing some damage that way lately. In Washington the other day, double and home run to right field.
That's the drive you just smoke, and it ends up in the woods.
Yeah. Just wide right.
One is chopped to the third baseman, Suarez. And Reed gets through the third. Cubs have stranded 3, and we are still waiting for the first.
Wrangler jeans are made for those who roll with the times. Like him, and her, and these two. New styles, great fits. Wrangler, real comfortable jeans.
When you're a failure, you lie. When you're desperate, you lie more. Bruce Rauner's now completely making things up. J.B. Pritzker has never proposed a vehicle mileage tax. J.B. supports a fair tax to make people like him and Bruce Rauner pay more while reducing taxes on the middle class. But Bruce Rauner thinks billionaires should pay the same tax rate as working people trying to make ends meet. Bruce Rauner, 4 years of failure and lying is enough.
Put a spell on you. Yeah, because you're mine.
With Chase ATMs, Serena can now grab cash on the go, all with the tap of her phone.
Stop the things you do.
No card, no problem. Life lived Serena's way. Chase, make more of what's yours.
What are you doing? Just warming up. I got called up to the show. You know, the showroom. Don't want to pull anything.
Good luck.
Right now, you can lease a new 2018 Toyota Highlander for just $349 a month. Toyota, let's go places.
Welcome back. Scoreless as we head to the 4th inning. Come out and show your school pride with specially priced tickets to see the Cubs play the Pirates Wednesday, September 26th. Fans who buy tickets through the Community Nights page will receive a special Cubs hat in DePaul University colors. To purchase tickets, visit Cubs.com/Community Nights.
Lefty battle, Lester and Reed. And John will face tough part of this Reds order. Peraza, Votto, and Suarez. And ball 1. No Scooter Gennett in the starting lineup. The NL's leading hitter in terms of batting average. Peraza with an infield hit and a stolen base his first time up. Peraza has been dealt twice in 3 team trades. Both came in 2015. Traded by the Braves with Bronson Arroyo, who's visiting next door with the Reds TV crew. And Alex Wood involved in that deal to the Dodgers. It was a Dodgers-Braves-Marlins deal. I love his Doors t-shirt. Always stylish, Bronson Arroyo. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and then he was dealt that December by the Dodgers to the Reds in a Dodger-Reds-White Sox 3-team deal. We have seen 11 strikeouts combined so far. 6 for Reed, 5 for Lester. Works to Votto. And another check swing, and this is going to end up being an infield hit. I count 4 times he's made contact today on check swings. What's that all about?
Just I don't know, just not taking an aggressive swing, getting it started, trying to stop. The old excuse me base hit. You're like, no. He had a real cheapie in the ball game last night. Good decision not to make a throw there from Bodie. He's defending the wicket.
He's got a serve and volley game working, I guess. Ball 1 on the dangerous Suarez. And Eugenio takes on the Cubs. Brought to you by AARP. Two balls, no strikes.
Dangerous hitter and a dangerous count. John's going to make a pitch here. Likes a backdoor cutter. Try to get him to roll over on a sinker. I think they're going to cut her in. You know, they used to say about really fast guys who could bunt. He's so good, he's so fast, such a good bunter, he could bunt 300. You could argue that Joey Votto could check swing his way to a 300 batting average.
Could be. Lined and caught by Bodie. That ball handcuffed him, but he made the catch. So Lester gets a very loud out on a 3-0 pitch.
And there is baseball at its best. Votto with the check swing, base hit. Suarez hits it about as hard as you can hit it, and he's out.
So Irvin, who was struck out in the second, a bat with 2 down, a man on, and a curve drops low.
Well, it's a different start time, 3:05 today. Shadows perhaps part of the reason why the strikeout numbers are high. So the shadow's starting to work its way across the infield. The ball will pass from light into dark on its orbit to home plate.
Always worry when a starting pitcher leaves early due to injury. John pretty quickly downplayed the back spasms and was able to take this start on normal rest. Three and one.
He went 5 2/3 last time through 89 pitches. See that little hop at the end there. You could tell something was bugging him.
Three and two on Irvin. Goes on 3-2, and Caratini will take the play to the bag unassisted. A hit, no runs. Bottom 4, still 0-0.
This is customizable streaming TV for your family, whatever size. It's saving money with flexible channel packs, live TV and the latest shows to stream, and all your streaming apps in one place, even Netflix. This is how Xfinity makes life simple, easy, awesome.
Get started with Xfinity Internet and TV for just $39.99 a month for 12 months and get your choice of Stars or Cinemax included. Click, call, or visit a store today.
At Papa John's, when it comes to better ingredients, better pizza, we deliver. And now we're delivering extra value, too.
Right now, get any pan pizza and a 2-liter for only $12. Use promo code ChicagoPan at papajohns.com today.
It's the perfect balance of flavor and refreshment. Not just another beer.
You've got the time.
The champagne of beers.
We've got the beer.
Welcome to the High Life.
Xfinity presents
Rematch, Canelo, Triple G. When you know you the best of the best. And you not like the rest, now you better than the rest. It's the fight of your life, it's time to raise a frame. And fulfill all your dreams, this is history. The rematch. matches.
Canelo versus Triple G2, Saturday, September 15th.
To order Canelo versus Triple G2, just say boxing into your X1 voice remote now.
Closed captioning of Cubs baseball on NBC Sports Chicago is brought to you by U.S. Waterproofing.
A little seepage in your basement is no need to panic. Count on the experts at U.S. Waterproofing to diagnose and repair the problem.
For a free consultation, visit uswaterproofing.com. A better basement starts with us.
Bottom of the fourth, we remain scoreless. Cub fans join the Cubs season ticket holder waiting list today to claim your spot in our lineup for season tickets. It's easy and free to register. For details, visit cubs.com/waiting list.
Scoreless tie, fourth inning.
Reds have 2 infield hits. The Cubs have 1 hit, a ground ball base hit through the hole on the left side by Contreras. That's the only ball that's left the infield for the Cubs here today. They've punched out 6 times against Cody Reed.
His career high is 9. And as we mentioned off the top, he has not really had any sort of success as a starter. He's looked fairly sharp today.
Starting rotation is a bit of a land of opportunity for the Reds.
No
Shine
doubt.
here in September. Going to spring training with a real shot at being in the rotation. The guy that's going tomorrow for them, Luis Castillo, has been really good of late.
Interim manager Jim Riggleman. Reds are 60 and 70 under Riggleman after Brian Price was let go following a 3-15 start. Favorable count for Bodie, and he takes low. That's a leadoff walk.
May be inclined to play a little hit and run here just to try to get something going.
Pitch to Russell right down the middle. Well, remember when the Cleveland Indians were just kind of slogging along? They are going to be the first team to clinch a division today. 15-0 over Detroit in the 5th. And that'll be an infield hit for Russell.
Take that, Joey Votto.
Two on, nobody out. Contreras singled in the second. Bodie, the runner at second. Russell is at first. Inside for a ball.
Perhaps you're wondering when Wilson last hit a home run. August 1st in Pittsburgh. And Happ, 3-run home run, the key swing in last night's ball game. Get that sinker up though, down around the knee. See it low, let it go.
Double play combo for the Reds today. Herrera and Peraza. With no Scooter Gennett. Reads 1-2. Top to third. Step on the bag. Throw to second. Safe. Not a bad play by Suarez. He really didn't have a play on Contreras. But Russell hustling all the way beats the throw to second.
Yeah, I thought he had a fighting chance at first base. I didn't think he had any shot at second, but it was relatively close. Normally you're going to see that play go third to first, and I think that's where he should have gone. Did he have delusions of grandeur of turning a triple play?
Maybe. It looked like his feet got caught up a little bit. He was kind of throwing off the wrong foot. Decided to take the shorter throw as Caratini fouls. Two on, one out. Here it comes. It's fouled to the screen.
Caratini and Happ, the switch hitters in the ball game today, both a lot better from the left side. That was a good aggressive swing there, and that's the one thing I've noticed from Victor overall. Just more conviction in his swing as he gets more playing time.
He held up on the check swing, and fortunate that pitch wasn't called a strike. 1-2. And he struck him out that time. And that's 7 for Reed, and here comes Lester.
John's going to have to take matters into his own hands here.
First two men reached on a walk and an infield hit. Fielder's choice, a strikeout. And 0-1 to the pitcher Lester.
The Reds got 6 shutout from their starter last night, Matt Harvey. He's having a bit of a renaissance.
0-2. Yeah, we've seen Harvey be nothing but good in his starts against the Cubs this season. And his next start scheduled to be in Milwaukee. So the Cubs hope he continues to be good as Reed escapes. And we remain 0-0 at the end of 4.
I'll shut this off. It's cool.
When I say I want it that way.
BP gasoline helps clean your engine for more miles per tank and more moves per tank.
Ready to do this?
Yes.
Turn right here.
During the Jeep Adventure Days event,
So funny.
discover deals as legendary as Jeep SUV's 4x4 capability
That's so cool.
and the confidence to go where you've never gone before. It's more than just a test drive. It's your first adventure. Start it off with a great deal at the Jeep Adventure Days event.
Get $4,000 combined cash allowance plus $1,000 bonus cash, or well-qualified lessees get this low mileage lease on select 2018 Compass models.
Everyone knows the 5 senses.
But what if we told you?
There's more. an elusive sensation.
Coaxed out only under ideal circumstances.
We can't fully describe it, but you'll know it.
When you feel it.
We call it the ultimate driving machine. Hurry in for exceptional offers on the X3 and other models.
Tonight on NBC Sports Chicago, one-on-one with the man who led the Loyola Ramblers men's basketball team to the Final Four, Coach Porter Moser. Watch Inside Look presented by Cadillac tonight at 6:30 or live stream on the NBC Sports app.
What a glorious Saturday afternoon. Big crowd, first place team.
Beautiful day. Went for a little walk along the lakefront this morning at the farmers market. Tomatoes will still be good when we get back from Arizona, right?
Yeah.
The lady told me anyway.
Yeah. This is my favorite time of year. Hey, make sure you follow our Cubs Insiders on NBCSportsChicago.com, presented by Nationwide agent Jeff Vukovich. Go to jeffvuk.com or follow him on social media. Nationwide is on your side. Lester back on the mound. 5th inning of work now. And ball 1 to Barnhart. Career high 9 homers for Tucker. His walk rate is up. He strikes out less often than the average major league hitter. .333 over his last 15 games.
Now turning into a good, solid major league player. Gold Glove winner last year.
Third Reds catcher to win a Gold Glove. He won it last year. Johnny Edwards won 2 and Johnny Bench won 10. Guess we got to call him Johnny Barnhart. Russell to Caratini.
Four hits in the game, 2 aside. Only one has left the infield. Pitchers having their way so far here this afternoon.
Dilson Herrera. Making his 93rd major league appearance as a Met and a Red. His first start in 9 days. 1-1 the count. Wide for a ball, 2-1. Off the mask of Contreras, and might have caught Bruce Dreckman as well.
Yep. A little wardrobe repair, a little doubleheader. 2 for the price of 1.
John put up a .225 over his first 17 starts. An .865 over his next 7, but his last 5, 2.15. Swing and a miss. He's got his 6th. 2 outs. It's Brandon Dixon.
In that Dodger beatdown of the Cardinals, you mentioned Puig with a big day. He hit 3. And Manny Machado also homered, as did Clay Bellinger. Cody Bellinger, yeah, Clay's son.
They have a Mason Williams and a Brandon Dixon on their roster. Puig with 5 homers the last 2 days.
I believe that ties the record. I don't know. Has anybody ever had 6 in 2 days?
I don't know.
For some reason, the 5 sticks in my tiny brain.
2 strikes to the Reds right fielder. Make it 3. 7 for John. Halfway home. Cubs looking to get on the board in the bottom of the 5th.
At AT&T Innovations, we give you more for your thing. Here, we're adding TV and movies from our unlimited plan to the powerful new Samsung Galaxy Note 9. The perfect device for entertainment and productivity.
So it's essentially the Ed Helms of devices.
How so?
Well, he's both very entertaining and very productive.
You think?
Yeah, I do, and that's my completely unbiased opinion.
Buy a Galaxy Note 9 and get one 75% off. More for your thing. That's our thing.
I just want to get Mike Braun up here. He's a special man, and he is going to be a truly great senator.
This man makes promises and keeps them. And he needs a true ally, not somebody that says something when you're in Indiana and does something differently when you're in D.C.
We want people like Mike Braun.
Senate Leadership Fund is responsible for the content of this advertising.
It's not just a coaster, you know. It's an invitation.
Jim Beam on the rocks.
The bourbon that's been making history since 1795 invites you to make some of your own.
Now, T-Mobile has unlimited for the rest of us. Unlimited for you, for them, for all. Right now, get unlimited for as low as $30 per line for 4 lines at T-Mobile.
Hey everyone, Kelly Crawl here with an In the Loop update. Brandon Morrow had a successful simulated game early today at Wrigley Field through 19 pitches, said he felt good and could be activated this week if he rebounds well tomorrow. More to come on the post-game show, but for now, let's send it back to Lynn and JD at Wrigley Field. Gentlemen?
Kelly, thank you. Come out and show your school pride with specially priced tickets to see the Cubs host the Pirates Thursday, September 27th. Fans who buy tickets through the Community Nights page will get a special Cubs hat in Loyola University Chicago colors. A portion of net proceeds benefit Loyola's undergrad scholarship program. To purchase seats, it's Cubs.com/Community Nights. Ian Happ in the 5th against Cody Reed. Outside ball 1. Reed has 8 strikeouts, 1 off his career high through 4. Two hits, 2 walks.
Pitch like that Ian went after last time to strike out. Leading off the 3rd. Again, he's better down than up, especially from the left side.
Ground ball right to Suarez. Time and throws a strike to Votto.